Hi, in this video, we'll see how to clean the data which is entered in Excel. So you might either be downloading from Google Forms via Google Sheet, or you might be directly entering in Excel. And for the purpose of data analysis, having a clean data is very much essential. So if we don't have a clean data, then the time consumed for analyzing the data is going to increase exponentially. And data cleaning takes up most of the time which we spend for cleaning the which we spend for analyzing the data. So we'll see how we can clean the data and make it easy for someone to analyze it in a short span of time. Initially, let us have this dummy data. So it is not taken from anywhere. It's just dummy data which we have created. So first you can select the first row which has all the column headings. So in this first row, once I select, I'll click on data. Once I click on data, I'll click on the option filter. Once I click filter, you can see there is an arrow mark attached to each column heading. Okay, so by this way, if I'm going to click, I'll be able to sort it according to alphabetically, ascending or descending way, or sorted by color, or I can see the different options available. So here it is M and F. Okay, only two options are there. But in some cases, what will happen is that uh, you might have used a small m also and capital M also for different patients or for different rows. In that case, Excel will detect everything as only one M. Whereas if you are putting into data analysis software, then it might recognize those as separate. So what we can do is that we need to make it uniform. And also these softwares, statistical analysis softwares, in these days are very robust and they are able to pick up the whole word, and there is no need for coding or writing short forms. So what I'll do, I'll first take male. So I'm unchecking female, that is F, and clicking M. And I'm going to click OK. Now all those rows which has M is displayed. What I'm going to do, I'll just type it as male, M-A-L-D, male. Then I will take my cursor and click on the right bottom corner of the selected cell. So this thick plus is going to become as a thin black plus cross symbol. I'm just going to drag down. Now all M is converted into male in uniform spelling and style. Next, similarly, I'll do for female. I'll select only F, and here I will type female, and I'm going to click and drag. Okay, left click and drag. So all F is converted into female. Now when I select all, then everything is shown, and it comes in the old way. Okay. Next, age. If you could see age is shown as number. It's very good. Sometimes if you have not uh, enabled data validation option in Google Forms, or if you're just like that entering what they're saying, sometimes this 1616 might be typed as SIXTEEN, or it can be written in different ways. So you should have a uniform way of writing, and this should be in numbers preferably, and better to avoid all the suffixes like years, YEARS, all those you should avoid, and try to write only numbers. So this column is perfect. Okay. Next, diagnosis. So yes, only two diagnoses is given. Okay, it's perfect. Spellings are uniform. How did I know that? Because here I can see the spellings are very much uniform. Again, for the sake of avoiding small and capital letter mismatch, I'll just cross check once. There is only one pemphigus, oral pemphigus vulgaris, and pemphigus vulgaris. How much is there? I'll just click and drag everything down. So if there's any irregularities, it would have been replaced. Okay, fine. Now I'll select all and disable this filter. Then duration. So this is what I'm talking about. See, duration. Someone has written 3 space years. Another entry it is like 3 without space years. All this will make it difficult for data analysis. So what I'll do, I should be removing this years. Okay, either I can manually go and remove like this. This is one option. Though there are only limited entries in the sheet, imagine there are 10,000 rows, then it's going to be a big headache for me. So what I'll do, I'll click on the next row. I'm going to click right click, and in right click I'm going to click insert. So I have got a new table, I mean new column. Okay, now again I'll click this preferred column, and then I'll click data text to columns, and in text to columns delimited. Delimited means using some character, the whole data present in that column will be split. Okay, I'm going to click delimited, and my data should be split based on space. So which means that there is two, take this example, 1.5 years was continuously there, in between the space was there. Now using this delimited option, this 1.5 will be in a separate column, years will be in a separate column. So I'm going to click next, and I'm going to finish, click OK. Now you can see uh, this, all the numbers are in one column, and all the years are in another column. And you can see this, since this 9 does not have any space, initially this years was not split and put it into a separate column, so we'll manually delete this. Okay, now duration since onset, duration since onset in years. Okay, and I will delete this, delete these columns. Okay, yes, I'm going to delete this. Now you could have noted this, we have got a third extra column. This third extra column is because the heading was having three words, so it has split into the three columns, and the third column which we have, which was having some other data, has got replaced. Okay, so this is a mistake which we have done. So what I'll do, I'll reverse everything. This time between onset and presentation to hospital, it got disappeared now. So because heading had three words but I had only two columns, so I'm going to create another column. I'm going to repeat the same exercise again. Text column, delimited, the delimit by space, and I'm going to finish. Now this onset is a blank column. I'll delete this. Year since also is not required for me. I'll delete this. Duration since onset in years. Yes, and this 9 years, same issue. There was no space initially, so it is not detected, and have cleared, made a new column. Okay, so now data is very clean. Okay, here also 3 years, years space was not there. So then, okay, now you can see data is very clean. Only absolute numbers are there. Similarly, time between onset and presentation. Again, I'm going to time between onset and presentation. Just for convenience sake, I'm just uh, going to have the heading as time only. I'm going to create a new column, same principle, text column, delimited, space, and I'm going to finish. And in this, I'm going to give time in months. There's no delay. I can enter as 0. This is 2. Okay. This is 1.5. Since data was not uniformly entered, this has come like that. Instead of no, I can put as 0, 0. Okay. And this weeks, see, you can see here it is weeks, but in all the other places we have been dealing in months, so we should be extra vigilant in this case and convert this weeks into months. So 2 weeks is equal to half month. Okay, yes, and then we will delete this. And then admission is 2 times, 3 times, multiple, nil. Yeah, all these times should all we could have avoided. We could have simply written 2, 3, more than 3, a 0, like that written. Even otherwise, it's okay. For time being, we will leave like this. Other modalities, yes, no, yes, yes. See, there are two types of S has been detected. I'm not sure what is the problem. Such things might happen. We will choose both, and we will click one and drag it down so that everything becomes uniform. Now we can see only one type of face. Okay, this is the power of data cleaning using Excel. Body surface involved. Okay, this and the way it's entered, it's fine, but I would strongly prefer to avoid this percentage. Okay, again, by going this, by creating a new column, I'll create a new column, BSA in percentage. Okay, BSA in percentage. I'm going to click text columns, delimited, delimited by, here we need not remove the space, but we need to remove the comma percentage. No? So we will remove by percentage. We'll select other and remain and click and type percentage and click next. Okay, now Now it has come as 4500 percentage. Okay, it is some problem with Excel recognizing your data. You'll just click here, and when click as percentage, you click as general, and it will get reversed. Okay, so this is how you do the data cleaning. You can change this into percentage. Similar history in other relatives. Answer is no, that's fine. Okay, these are the modalities I have checked. Okay, comorbidities, again, there's a big common issue. We should not just like that type like this. Even when we are designing the questionnaire or Google form, it's better to have a question. Is there any history of diabetes in relatives? Is one question. Answer is yes or no. Second question, is there a history of hypertension in relatives? Options yes or no. Like that, if we do, it is much easier. But if we have not done like that, then it becomes a headache for us. Then via the same method of text to columns and creating new columns, we need to clean this. Okay, let us see an example in this case. Okay, what I'll do, I will unselect all. I'll click SHTN only. Okay, so now I got list of patients whose relatives had hypertension only. Okay, so what I will do, I'll click here. I'm going to create a new column. The new column name is SHTN. So the answer is yes. Okay, no or typing blank, it's okay. But even otherwise, I'll just leave like this. You can leave like that. If it is yes, you can mark yes. Next, so one comorbidity we have seen. Next comorbidity, hepatitis B. So one patient with hepatitis B. So you're going to create a new column. Column name is HB, and we are going to type yes. Okay, like that we are going to create separate columns for each disease. Okay, this might sound easy for you, but the question is, when you're having something like dermatophytosis, keloid tendency, all this, which means there are two comorbidities present in the relatives. So in that case, what we will do, first we will create multiple such columns. Multiple such columns we will create, and what we will do, we will use a powerful tool, that is text to columns. And here we are going to delimit not by percentage, we are going to delimit by slash, which means this dermatophytosis slash keloid tendency, now it is going to split into two separate columns. Similarly, whichever comorbidities we were having with the mention of slash, it is going to separate into different columns. See, diabetes, systemic hypertension, CAD has separated into a split into separate columns. Now you need to create a new column. For example, here I will create a new column DM, diabetes mellitus, and I'm going to uh, choose all those cells which has diabetes alone. Okay, in the original column. So in the original column, these patients has DM in the as DM in the as the first comorbidity. So I will, in our new column, I'm going to type yes, and I'm going to drag and drop. Okay, but you can see now our concern is not only about the first column, but the other children, other, I mean, what to say, other daughter columns which you have created from this original column may also have diabetes. Here, diabetes is not there, well and good. Whereas in the third daughter column, there is diabetes is present. So what I'll do, I'll click diabetes, click OK, and corresponding to this daughter column, in our newly created column, I will type yes. Okay, hope I was clear. Similarly, for each disease, we will be doing. For example, if you take iatrogenic Cushing's, and only one patient's iatrogenic Cushing's, no, so I will create a new column for Cushing's and type yes. Okay, so by this way, you need to make sure that all the diseases present in the original column is separately represented as yes or no, or yes or blank, as in separate columns, so that data analysis becomes easy. So to avoid all these cumbersome activity, it's better to have every question as, do you have diabetes, do you have hypertension, yes or no, do you have cancer, yes or no. Like that, you can have separate questions so that it's become much more easy. Again, weight, we should remove the kg. using this text column, we can remove the kg and check the cleanliness of data using this drop down option. Height also remove the centimeters. BMI also you can remove, and you would have manually calculated here, but using Excel you can simply enter the formula here. In this case, is equal to 96 divided by 1.8 into 1.8, so it will automatically give, which means is equal to S2 divided by T2 into T2. Okay. So like that you can create, so that all the calculations can be done easily. Oral mucormycosis present or absent. See, present spelling is wrong here. So it is showing as separate entries. All this you should clear in the same way which I have mentioned before. So here there are more than one option available. Again, you should create separate columns. Okay. So then dexamethasone dosage, again everything should be separate column, and it should not have any units, and the unit should be present only in the column headings. Okay, when we are doing like this, data analysis becomes very easy and very less time consuming. This is the standard way of entering data in Google Sheets or Excel sheet, so that data analysis becomes very easy. So if you have any doubts, please let me know. Thank you.